September 11th, 2001. 10 years have since passed, and the memories that we still reflect upon from that day until now still remind us of our frailties, our sensitivities, but also our strength, our sense of patriotism, our sense of freedom, and our sense of what it truly means to be an American and to live in such a wonderful country that's eager and ready to serve their colleagues, to serve their neighbors, to serve their citizens. And we welcome all of you here this morning on a beautiful September morning to remember. So we thank you for being here this morning as we remember where we were, because I certainly remember where I was on that day in 2001 when our lives changed forever. And when on September 12th we rose anew and felt a whole new sense of patriotism, a whole new sense of self, and a whole new sense of freedom in knowing that we were going to continue to move forward as a country, to move forward as a community, and to always remember those that have paid the greatest sacrifice for us to continue to live in freedom, to us to be able to maintain our sanctity, and to ensure that we will never forget those that came before.
Present arms.
For a moment, I'd like you to remember exactly where you were on this morning in 2001, what you were doing, and how you felt as you saw and heard the terror attacks of that day. Today our nation marks the 10th anniversary of the terrorism of this infamous day, and we remember. The tolling of the bells ceremony is a tradition that signifies the last journey of fallen firefighters home to their final resting place. They are returning to quarters for the last time. Their tour has been completed. Today we remember all those whose tour was completed on September 11th, 2001. Each year we pause to reflect on this great tragedy and to remind ourselves that we are the custodians of liberty. We recognize, as each generation must, that freedom has to be won anew through the rededication of our people to the principles that keep us a free nation. That each morning we wake and know that we are in a wonderful community. We are in a wonderful country. We have men and women prepared to serve, prepared to do their duty to ensure our safety.
And then later that night, the sense of unity and renewal as members of Congress and all of the people who work around Capitol Hill gathered at a time the buildings were still closed and the future so uncertain on the steps of the United States Capitol to sing God Bless America and to pray about our country and about our loss. Again, moving points in the history of our country. Today, as we reflect on that 10 years, as the mayor mentioned, we are reflective also of the fact that just like fires from last week in Bastrop, where I will go next, with some 18 to 20 firefighters having lost their own homes in the fire in Bastrop, and so many others having lost almost every worldly possession that they have, that on a moment's notice, with unexpected wind, with a spark, these firefighters are called into action. Thank you for the service that you provide. We remain committed to our country, a nation that forgets neither its bitter past nor the ongoing service of our valued first responders here in San Marcos and across the entire United States. We are fortunate to have your leadership and your service. Thank you.